Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Chak Kodash. God belongs to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone True Well. Salutations to the whole elect out there, alright? You brothers that sincerely believe in this truth. And the priest, Shimon, to my right, I got the priest. And we got an open forum, it was break this week, so it was pretty much given the order to, continue to work on the internet highways and byways for this week. Maybe when the conditions become more tolerable, alright, we'll be out there. But the work goes on, and as usual, the topic at hand is prophecy. 2 Ezra 15.
15.
Yeah, 15 and 1. One of the go-tos. Okay. Prophecies are still at hand. There's a lot always going on in this world. Nothing is happening out of coincidence. Everything is moving. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai plans forward. Such things such as the CBDC currency going heavy. You got 92% of the world right now is operating off of digital currency. Okay, which is going to be bringing that chip in. And I did a show prior to this one, going into this. All of a sudden, huge push on electric vehicles, and it got me thinking. Like right now, it's super cold, whatever, and people can get their gas to gas their car. But what if all hell breaks loose and everything is operating off of electric vehicles? Okay, it's more easier to control. You can't go far a distance. You can't go off-roading and go off-grid. All right. So with the so-called white man, you know what I also found out? They say EV is the so-called save the environment and all that, but guess what? It takes more. You have to mine more finite resources like precious metals out the earth to power an EV vehicle than you would a gas. So we know what the so-called white man says he's doing something for the environment or to better something. It's always something more nefarious behind it.
Yeah, he don't goddamn lie.
Yeah, forge of lies.
2 Ezra 15, verse 1. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy."
Now, who are the Lord's people? The Lord's people, pursuant to prophecies, Deuteronomy 28 chapter, going into the blessings and the curses that only fit the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And we speak it in their ears, whether it be on the highways and byways or through the internet. Now, the scriptures also tells us to do this, whether they hear or forbear. For the majority of the nation of Israel, they're going to lead towards forbearing. But our job is to just do our job. Once the words get pushed, it doesn't matter if they wish to neglect it or not. The blood is off our hand. Continue.
It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth."
Right, so the Lord is speaking to us, all right? The Lord is speaking to his men. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai has always set up mediators upon the planet Earth to talk to his people or to talk to people and nations as a whole, all right? And that's his prophets, And the scriptures tell you in the book of Luke, I believe the first chapter, that the prophets have been around since the world began, So the Lord has always had the prophets on the scene, going all the way back to the garden.
Yep. Well, I heard the voice of the Lord walking through the garden. Adam heard the voice of the Lord walking through the garden. That was going to the prophets. And when who is it?
Rebecca
went to inquire of the Lord. Mm-hmm. She went to the prophet. And that's what that was going into. So what the brother's speaking about is absolutely correct. Prophets had always been around, man. That's the highest seat in Israel. Mm-hmm. Even the king himself was a prophet. Both kings, and the two first kings in Israel were what? They were prophets. Which I say three. Moses was also a king, and King Saul, because it say he prophesied amongst the prophets, and then of course King David, his prophecies are all over, the book of Psalms, All right, let me get back, bro. It says, "Save the Lord, and I will cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true."
Right. So an epistle, okay. We're doing the video epistles now. We can't physically handwrite letters and mail them out to you people out there, So we did the video epistles, which shows you that Daniel 12:4, with the technology being furthered, was also used to further the truth. In fact, there's a tight correlation between prophecy and technology. Things like the chip, things like the missiles, for these things to come to pass, technology has to be advanced, you know. So, and it also says make it plain. So we don't gotta go on any super elaborate shows. Maybe once in a blue, brothers do that, but for the most part, you keep it simple, keep it basic. You know, when Satan, the top demon on the left, came to Yahushua, he combated him with all scriptures in Deuteronomy. He didn't go 12th level intellect, or he just basic laws, statutes, and commandments. So we make the prophecies plain. We make what we gotta do plain, and we try to be transparent and make this thing easy to those who are meant to receive it. You know.
Yeah. As people say, you know, I'm sorry, because you know some brothers, newly brothers are coming in. You can't just go to a deep breakdown, you know, right then and there. You know, you gotta make the truth as simple as possible for them to understand, for them to get it. Because there's certain things that you gotta be on a level to understand. Certain things you gotta be on a certain level to accept. Oh, like the grape doctrine, you know, which the scriptures teach about it. You know, you got to be on a certain level to really truly understand that, man. And you know, you got to be able to put your emotions aside and put logic and facts into fruition, man. You know.
I got a quick precept for you.
Okay, go ahead.
This is 1 Peter 2:1. Wherefore, laying aside all malice and all guile and hypocrisies and envies and all evil speakings, as newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word.
Right, that's a good precept, man. You know. Which, you know, you also, what the scriptures tell you, when you come to the truth, you gotta be a new man. You know, whatever you thought you knew, or whatever fucking type of philosophies you were into, whatever feelings you had in the past, you gotta put all that shit away, man. You know? Read that one more time, bro.
Right. It says, as newborn babes desire. Got you. It's 1 Peter 2:1. Wherefore, laying aside all malice.
Now it says laying aside. I mean, you gotta put all that shit away, man. You gotta start all over, bro. And that's what? Humility, bro. You know? Everything you thought you knew, you ain't know shit. Remember that. Right?
And all guile, and hypocrisies, and envies, and all evil speakings.
Right, which is all the ways of the world, man. You gotta be able to put all that shit off, man. When you come into this thing, you gotta start anew, start fresh. You know, and that's why when in the book of Matthew, when it says, you know, that demon leaves you, you know, and then he comes back and he finds, you know, the house swept and garnished and everything, you know, that's because what? You put all that shit away. You wasn't doing all that shit no more, man. You know? That's just the point I wanted to make. That's why he found that the house clean and swept and everything, man. Because you started anew. You became a new man in your house shop. Right.
As newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word.
Right, the sincere milk, man. We got things we call milk scriptures, man. You know, the things that are easily to understand. You teach brothers, yeah, you're an Israelite. And, you know, you teach them, man, you don't eat shrimp, crab, lobster, all that stuff, man. The name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Which even some of the milk, the so-called milk scriptures, is deep breakdowns, man. You know, when you go back to them, you know, after a while, you come up on a certain level, and you go back to the basics. You're like, wait, this ain't basic, man. This is deep. That's the Lord opening your mind up to new things, man. Go ahead, bro.
It says that you may grow thereby.
That you may grow thereby, man. You know, because if you don't put all that shit away, you ain't gonna go nowhere, bro. Because you imagine this, man. You come in the truth, bro. You still, let's say you was a Muslim back in the past. Now you come in the truth. You trying to link the Quran with the Bible. You trying to argue on it, bro. You ain't gonna go nowhere like that, bro. You gonna stay stagnant, bro. You just gonna run backwards. That's all you gonna do. But now when you put all that shit away and pick up the scriptures, the one true book, now you're gonna go somewhere. You're gonna grow in this thing, man. The Lord's gonna come and the Lord's gonna sup with you, man. That's just how it works, bro. It's all about humility, man. And then you go into the deeper things now. Now you're going into prophecy. You know? Now you're going into the MOTB. Which that's a deep prophecy, man. You know? Which is really simple to us because we see it plain and simple. Oh, real quick, bro, speaking of that. So I was at work the other day, right? Doing some work on the air train. And one of my foremans, and he was like, he's one of them conspiracy guys, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the Illuminati, this and that. But he came out of nowhere. He said, yo, you guys heard about the Neuralink from Elon Musk? I'm like, yeah, what you know about that, man? So he's basically like, yeah, when they do the trials for it, man, I'm signing up for it. I'm like, nigga, what? I'm like, what? You gonna do that shit? It's like, yeah, man. Yeah, I'm gonna become a fucking superhero, man. I'm like, nigga, you just gonna be a walking Google. It's like, yeah, that's the point. But I'm like, and I thought about it, bro, and I said, Esau ain't really have to do no work for this, bro. Just like he got niggas to go and take the jizab, that's how it. People just gonna willingly sign up for the Neuralink and everything, bro. Willingly, it ain't gonna be a lot of it. Now, when John said he calls it all, man, John saw a lot of people willingly go and take that shit, bro. But a lot of people just like the jizab, a lot of people are going to be forced to take it in a certain way that, well, you ain't going to be able to work, or if you want to travel to go see your family, which is a lot of excuse that people use for getting it. Yeah, bro, I wanted to travel, this and that. You got it back, bro.
No, you're absolutely right. This is, they got something online called speed runs, right? It's these people that go through these video games in like 16 hours or whatever. They speed run. But if you were to play the game and stop at every little thing and you find out more details between completing the level. It's the same thing with the scriptures. You got guys that are trying to come in and just speed run and try to run through everything, but there's a lot on level 1. There's a lot on level 2.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's very important that you go through these and always constantly revisit the middle scriptures. Recently you had Nathaniel of the IUIC. He's been on several different podcasts, and we watch it. We'd be like, okay, well, he was on point because he was just sticking with the basics. Apart from stressing the name of the Lord, it shows you how the basics to the world is very profound. And Jeremiah 14:2, like a lot of people don't understand that. They don't know that the so-called Jews are not the real Jews. So let's stick with the basics, and it's a part of prophecy.
But you had them marching around the Barclays Stadium, and basically I forget what it was word for word, but they said something to the extent of, we came out of the world, we're no longer in the world. That was part of the chant, and I'm like, wait a minute, are you still calling on the? No, I'm sorry. They say something like they came out of Christianity. They no longer down with Christianity. I'm like, wait a minute, you still call on the same God. You still calling on Jesus, so you really didn't come out of it, man. But I got something real quick, bro. I got something for you. Let me hold this real quick. It's Isaiah 55:11. It says, so shall my word go forth out of my mouth, which is, prophecy. It says, it shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and shall prosper in the thing whereunto I sent it. So the Lord sent out his word, and his word went out in perfect order. And thus it's gonna everything, all the prophecies is gonna happen in perfect order, man. No prophecy is gonna over jump one prophecy, man. Everything is gonna go out the way the Lord said it's gonna play out, man. And everything's been playing out like that, bro. Before this happened, that gotta happen. Before this happened, that gotta happen. Perfect order, man. And it's not gonna come back to the Lord void. Meaning none of the prophets are gonna fail, man. That's how powerful the Lord is, man. That's how powerful the word of the Lord is, bro. But you got it right.
Yeah, no, you hadn't mentioned the name, and people undermine the name. If you're not the elect. Ecclesiasticus 17:10 says, and the elect shall praise his holy name. So the elect is going to magnify the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. The name being holy means it's separate. It's sanctified. It's a holy name. And if Jesus Christ was the name to be called and saved upon, then we'd have been out of here already, because you have billions of people that call on that and it's not delivered us. So Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, that's the true name of the Lord. It's a secret pursuant to the book of Proverbs 30:4. But the Lord, Amos 3:7, revealed the secrets to the prophets. So the name has been revealed to us through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and that's one of the major things we have to teach. The milk, it's one of the major things, the name of the Lord, you know.
Quick one for you. It's Malachi 1:14. It says, "But cursed be the deceiver, which having his flock of male, and voweth and sacrifices unto the Lord a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, saith the Lord, power of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathen." You know, so the Lord's name is dreadful among the heathen. You know, talking about the natural heathen, and you 2/3, man. You 2/3ites, man. You're also heathens too. You know, and a lot of you're afraid to call on the name of the Lord, man. You know, but you rather call on Jesus. You know, which is nothing but a goddamn Greek title. You know, and the names are powerful, bro. You know, the Apostle Kabar, he's always going into that, man. The names are powerful. Because if you calling on Jesus, what's the first thought in your head?
That rock star dude.
That rock star nigga with the fucking dog stringy hair, man. Look like a fucking Labrador. You know? When you call on Yahweh Shai, what you gonna think, man? A strong, powerful, so-called black man. You know? Which Jake is always talking about, man, I ain't praising no white God. I think SZA got a song like that, no white God.
Yeah.
You know?
And it plays on our people's mind because we have a lot of our people, we Benjamites, they bleach their skin.
Yeah.
Simeonites, they dye their hair blonde and get blue eyes, and that's because they feel inferior. You know, once you wake up to the fact that the Most High and the Sun, not only are they dark, they're very dark shades of brown, then you understand that, wow, man, it's a blessing to have pigmentation. Like, I want to embrace being darker, you know? But again, that's because our people, the scriptures tell us in the book of Romans, the 10th chapter, I believe, they have a zeal, but not according to the knowledge. So the so-called white man has used that zeal in us, all right, to set up Cesare Borgia idol. Our people have worshipped it, and they said, look, this is the ideal perfection, to look like that. So it's destroyed the minds of our people, man.
Right. I got something right quick for you, bro. Like we said, this was an open forum, so you know, brothers are all over the place with scriptures, but we just going by the Spirit, man. You know, we just going by the Spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. It's like, right, we find the scripture right quick for you. You know, when I first came to this country too, bro, you know, it was around the time where, you know, in the 90s when Jake was still like, I'm black, but I'm beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And that's what, I just thought about that, and the scripture came to my head. Was it Songs of Solomon? Here it is. 1 verse 5. It says, I am black, but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, the curtains of Solomon. So the point I want here is I'm black, but comely. I mean, I'm black, but I'm beautiful, which is a saying that Jake used to say heavily back in the 90s. You know? I don't know if they said it back in the 80s or you know what I'm saying? I was born at the end of the 80s, but growing up, I heard this saying a lot, man. I'm black, but I'm beautiful. You know? And then when you used to call it Jake,
black and I'm proud.
I'm black, yeah,
Black
say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. You know what I'm saying? But now you got motherfuckers bleaching their fucking skin. You know? Jake was proud of their so-called darkness, you know, back then, man. You know, shit, hey, I wish I was a little bit darker, man. There was another thing, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice, man. Yeah. When you saw a nice little dark-skinned woman, that's what Jake used to say to them, man. You know, but we all gonna go back to that, you know, that dark hue.
Yeah. And you know, look, if you want to so-called just be outright, to be darker is superior, because when two people have a baby, the baby adopts the darker genes typically, right? So like if a Jake was to lie with a heathen of the other nation, our genes will be the more dominant, whether it's a male or a female. So the black man and the black woman, that's what the Lord desires as the superior genes, or the more dominant genes, because that's what the child inherits, you know.
Some kids, which I hope in my case, with my son, some kids they might start off as a lighter shade, but as they grow on, the melanin builds up in them, man. Yeah. I believe the elder brother Yaikwab, I believe he said that, you know, with him, he was born as a lighter shade, but as he grew on, you know, his hue became a little bit darker.
Yeah, my cousin was like that too. Samantha, yeah, she went to Florida and just got really, really dark. So, yeah, man, drinking the radiations of the sun, man. You know?
The good rays of the sun. Let me go back to second measures.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know what's crazy? The so-called, sorry brother, the so-called the rich Edomites out there, what they do, they go tanning. Yeah, tanning booths, and they're trying to get dark and look like, you know, the dark Italians that they can.
It's $1 billion industry, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and it's $1 billion industry, and it's being run by what? I mean, being supported by what? Esau. Jake ain't gonna fucking tan it. Fuck, would you go tan it for?
Right. Jake wearing sunscreen, the opposite.
Yeah, and that, you know, and that's the stupidest thing about, because there's a video, right, that I watched, bro. It shows what sunscreen does to you. Now, when you put a UV camera to somebody that has sunscreen on, their skin is totally black.
Yeah.
When you look at it, it's totally black. Mm-hmm. So your skin is already fucking. That's how mad and stupid Jake is. But another thing, Jake is so stupid and backwards. They'll bleach their skin, lose their melanin. Now they gotta walk around with fucking umbrellas, and they live in hot country. They live in a country which the fucking climate is on average 90+ degrees.
Yeah. You gotta remember this too. Whatever you apply to your skin topically enters your bloodstream.
Right.
So if you look at the back of a UV sunscreen, sunblock, whatever, the ingredients will probably be like this long, bro. Like a chopped out of Isaiah or something.
Yeah,
you know, and that's
and you can't even pronounce half the shit on that.
The so-called white man just make words up.
Yeah.
You know, it's a poison, but let's call this poison this, you know?
Super hallelujah.
Yeah.
Leviticus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, blue one. Like, who the fuck is that? You know?
You gotta do our research to find out what the fuck that is. Back in 2 Ezra chapter 15, it says, verse 3, it says, "Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee."
Yeah, the unbelief and the imaginations. When you come in this truth, people just gonna fucking hate you. People in the world are gonna conspire against you, talk shit, try to ban your videos. And me and this brother was having this talk off camera. It really is because the righteous in you is bringing the demons out of them. They don't know why they hate you. You know, they don't even know, but what we know. You know, it's because you're not like them. You're not a nigga, all right? You don't conform to this world,
right?
You know,
you're a shock to their system.
Yeah, you know, if people are like, yo, man, let's have a seafood gumbo, and you're like, oh, that's gross. You know, what's wrong with this guy? He's uppity. What is? You know what I'm saying? So certain things, I don't eat pork. You know, certain things dealing with the scriptures, they look at you and they imagine things against you. Why are you not going clubbing and shit? You know. And then the scriptures speak about the incredulity, which means their unbelief. This is where scriptures like Romans 3:3 also come into play. What if some did not believe? Because what you have to understand is, you could not believe in trains all you want, but if you sit on the train track and close your eyes and say, I don't believe in trains, you're going to be in the spirit world and eventually, you know what I'm saying? And that's the point with these prophecies. Either no matter what you want to do to disregard it, close your eyes, go back into the world or whatever. You read it earlier, Isaiah 55:11. These words are going to come to pass no matter what. You know? No matter what. So we can't get troubled and, damn, I've been out there since 2007. What the hell is going to be 20 years? Look, man, it doesn't matter how long I want to use my words correctly. We pray that this thing goes down immediately, but we're in this thing to the very end, you know, because it will come to pass. It will come to pass.
If you're a spiritual man, bro, you could sense the end is coming, man.
Right.
You can see, you can see it, bro. And it's all in the air. You know, like this one Levite I know, man. I remember he had sent an article, you know, in a group chat to me and a couple other co-workers, and he was like, it was about the MOTB, and he was like, his comment was, damn, yo, I remember when this was just a conspiracy. Now this shit is dead ass real. You know, that was his comment, bro. You know, I think I sent it to y'all brothers too. I think I actually told y'all brothers about that. You know, but you could see it, man. Like, remember, like 6-7 years ago, bro, we was talking about the MOTD, you know, which back then we ain't had to use fucking code words, you know. But as the closer and closer we get, now we gotta use code words because Esau's like, damn, man, these motherfuckers done figured this out for years, you know. And we see it, fucking Neuralink, man, come on, dude. I think, what did they say, 6 months they gonna start human trials, you know.
Neuralink along with Twitter.
Well, I am done broke that down for you, man. You know? And you know what's crazy too, bro? I hope the nigga do come to work with that shit in his fucking forehead. You know? I just hope he do. Because honestly, man, he's one of them dudes where you're like, damn, this dude's a cracker. And then he act a little jazzy, but he tries too hard, bro. And another Jake said, man, this dude is either a super fucking racist or he a snitch, man. That shit was pretty funny, because he always trying to be cool with the other Jakes around, man. You know? But back to the scriptures, it says, fear not the incredulity of them that fear not the imagination going against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
Yeah, so these people out here that don't believe and no, that's never gonna happen, and they're gonna die in their unfaithfulness, because ultimately the missiles will also come to pass. You know, that's the end of judgment before the hard road of the trip. You know, that's gonna be a very, very difficult time. The scriptures call it the hour of temptation.
Right.
You know, that's when you know you're gonna be put in front of you. Maybe your wife will take it, or your kids, or will kill your kids if you don't take it, or kill you, your wife if you don't. It's gonna be a very it's gonna be an uphill battle, man. You know, that's how come we just gotta pray to the Most High, have faith in that day. Very similar to what happened in the Maccabees with the woman that had 7 sons that pretty much was either take death or eat pork, and you know they did the righteous and they chose death. Now a nigga will kill you over pork, so things are just went upside down with our people. But going back to the point, it's gonna be perilous times, man.
Yeah, even if you go to the 6th chapter of 2nd Maccabees, 18th verse, where Eliezer, you know, when he was 90 years old, man, and he was beaten to death, man, for not eating pork. You know, and they even wicked ass niggas even say, yo, listen, man, yo, just go get some lamb or some venison, just say it's pork. And he was like, fuck no, I ain't doing that shit, man. You know, then them younger Jakes, they gonna look like, damn, Eliezer sold out, man. You know, he ain't want to stay on his name, man. You know, but we pray to Yahweh Shem Yahshai that we're in those type of spirits, man. And that's why it's good to read those books, you know, because we pray, bro. We can't say, you know, we gonna be man, fuck you, Esau, this and that. You don't know, man. You don't know what type of spirit the Lord gonna have, but that's why we gotta pray to be in those. Elder Apostle Ricard, he's always stressing that, man. Brothers need to pray more. Pray to the Lord that you endure and you be in those type of spirits, man. Because, bro, the way I look at things, man, you know, I ain't invest damn near 11 years of my life in this truth just to fall out, man.
Right.
I don't want that, man. I don't want that to fucking happen, man. You know, I basically grew up in this truth, man. You know, I came in here when I was still a youngin', man. I was still a kid, and this truth taught me how to be a man. This truth taught me everything about life, man. And I'm just gonna throw this away for what? America's gonna be fucking destroyed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? America's gonna be fucking destroyed at the end of the fucking day. I don't want to be destroyed in it. You know, I done had a child in this truth, man. You know, I don't want, you know, nothing, you know what I'm saying, to happen to him. So that's an extra reason for me to fight on. You know, for all you know, you brothers or you younger brothers that, you know, maybe a woman is pregnant or she's having a child. Hey, bro, just look at it as another reason to fight on. You know, which was some of the great advice that was given to me from the elder Tzadakia, which we call him Elder Gad. You know, because that was the first man I went to when I found out, you know, I was having a child. You know, and that man's advice through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahshai, hey, that boosted my spirit, man. Let me read on. It says, behold, save the Lord, verse 5. Behold, save the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death and destruction.
Yeah, and what's crazy is the Lord is going to bring that when people least expect it, you know? When people are on their ease, on their leisure, things are going good. Just like what happened in 2020. You know, I'm sure.
9/11, I'm sorry.
9/11, yeah. I'm sure people in 2020 thought, you know, our business is gonna be booming this year, and we had such a stellar year in 2019. Next thing you know, all the grinding ceased, and the shit was almost like some zombie apocalyptic movie, going to Manhattan and not seeing anybody, you know. So, and the Lord did that on a sudden. So the Most High, Yahweh Shemi Shah, is gonna bring some crazy plagues, not no fake shit, man. I'm talking about. You gotta watch the news to know there's a plague. No, you're gonna be seeing it, man. You're gonna be right there in your face, man. It's gonna broadcast itself.
Yep. Because basically everything, like, you know, Elder Pastor said, Esau is doing is fucking psyops, man.
Yeah.
You know? There ain't gonna be no more fucking psyops, man. You know? It's gonna be right, like brother said right now, it's gonna be right there in your fucking face, man. You ain't gotta turn on the news to see, oh, this and that person dropped dead. They gonna be right fucking next to you, man. You know? So it says, verse 6, it says, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
This place is wicked as hell, man. Just recently you had Tory Lanez.
Yeah, man, that shit vexing me, bro.
You know, they gave the guy 23 years for shooting allegedly shooting a woman in the foot. Well, here's the thing though, what's his name said in The Godfather, she's still alive. Remember when, you know, the dude went up to The Godfather and said, yo, this dude beat up my daughter, can you take him out? And then The Godfather said that wouldn't be fair judgment because your daughter's still alive. And, you know, you look at the judgment of what happened to Tory Lanez, it don't balance out, you know? Even if he did shoot her in the foot, the balance of that is 23 years of that man's life in prison is not balanced judgment. Especially you're supposed to have, there was reasonable doubt in the case, you know? So for you to be prosecuted and locked up, there has to be undeniable proof that you did this thing. But there was reasonable doubt. So Isaiah 10:1, this is wicked ass decrees being passed, and that's just one of many examples, man. This is why the scriptures tell you, in the book of Proverbs, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And that dude's father was mourning, man. And a lot of Jakes are mourning. You know, how many Jakeson did 20, 25 years for marijuana, which is now legal? Right. So that's this place, man. With malleable laws that change and written up by the so-called white man in wickedness, and the shit just keep continuing. You know, we're in a country right now where 2 women could get married, 2 men could get married, but let you go and get a second wife, you get locked up. So
it don't make no sense, man. And then for attempted murder, which is, you know, if a man shoots you, you know, above the waist in the torso or something, that's 15 years. You know, but allegedly the man shot her in the foot, which she got back in the car with him after it happened, and I think a week later she was performing on fucking stage. You know, which makes no goddamn sense. If you get shot in the fucking foot, bro, you ain't walking for a long time, bro. But you're performing on the goddamn stage, man. And you know, like I said earlier in the chat, the black woman needs to be put down, man. Like a sick fucking dog, she needs to be put the fuck down, man. Because we have 2 great enemies, you know, which is first and foremost the fucking black woman, and secondly the so-called white man.
Yep. Serpent and Eve.
Serpent and Eve, bro. You know? 2 of our greatest fucking enemies. I'm gonna put the so-called black woman first, man, because she's the closest to us, man. And Esau used her to get to us, man. How many Jakes you know locked up in jail? Innocent men. You know, behind these black fucking devils, man. But hey, bro, you know, like I said, that whole situation was very vexing to me, man. It was very extremely vexing. 23 years, which then they ain't gonna spend 23 years in jail. You know, we out of here, man. You know? And may the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahshai, cast great judgment on that fucking slut, Megan Thee Stallion. Which a stallion is a fucking male horse, man. A stallion is a male horse, man. That's how stupid niggas are, man.
Yeah, she should have been Meg the
Megan
Pony.
the Mare. fucking
Make the
man.
pony or something.
Make the fucking pony. And
But yeah, that's androgynous society wherein they're trying to make masculate, make a woman masculine and demasculate men. So that's how come you have shit like Meg Thee Stallion.
yeah, brothers, man, I say this to you off camera too, man. Which I'm gonna tell you something on camera. I say this to you, brothers, man. Women outnumber us 10-1. Don't be stressing no bitch, man. Don't be stressing no fucking bitch, man. They outnumber us. There's way more, and that's why we're so precious. Why is gold so precious, brother? Because it's the fewest of all metals, right? So men are the fewest. So that makes us more precious than these women.
Yeah, I mean, in the book of Genesis, the scriptures tell you to be fruitful and multiply. How can that be done? Let's say, for example, you have an island where the Lord said the same thing, right? And the island is, the ratio for women is 10-1, and another ratio is opposite, men 1-10. A woman can only bring forth child once per year, but a man can impregnate 10 women and bring forth 10 or sometimes twins.
So who's more precious in that situation, bro? If the world's gonna end, who would you fucking preserve? You preserve the man. You preserve one man and maybe 10 women or some shit like that, man. Come on, man. Yo, hey, brothers, don't be simps out here, man.
Oh yeah, I saw somebody put together a clip like that. GMS don't be simps.
Oh yeah.
I saw the clip, but brothers, y'all come on, man. Y'all should already, if not know better, don't simp, man. Simping is pretty much giving a woman
authority over you, bro.
Yeah, pretty much giving her the value that doesn't equate to the value she's giving you. You know, so if a woman is earning her value towards you, being a good wife and mother to your children, then by all means reward her as such. But if you ain't getting shit out the bitch, and you jump in leaves and bounce for her, then you're a simp.
Don't be that guy, man. It says, and their hurtful works are fulfilled, verse 7. Thus saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness.
Yeah, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness. Israel's sins is mounted to the heavens, man. So the so-called white man, he has to taste submission. 2/3 of our people, they definitely have to taste submission. That's the only way. That's the reboot button. Sometimes your computer fucks up and you're trying everything to do, but the only thing to really fix it, you have to do a hard reset, delete all your files and all the things that So the Lord is gonna have to do that for Him to build the kingdom back up. He's gonna do a hard reset with the nation of Israel, and that involves deleting 2/3 of His people, right? The wicked virus bugs and shit that's crashing the system all the time,
That's right. It says, which they profanely commit. It says, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me.
You know how many innocent Israelites has been killed from the mischief of you niggas? In fact, my woman was telling me recently, a 14-year-old stabbed somebody. I don't know, because the thing is now, you got this young generation, 14, 13, listening to drill music. And the drill music is telling them to just commit violence and shit. So they going around killing other teenagers, man. I remember seeing one shootout on the news. A guy was shooting, and the other one was hiding behind some kids. Now, one of them kids would have got shot, man.
They caught that nigga though.
Yeah. So 2/3 of our people are wilding the hell out. They're destructive, okay?
And they're nothing but a bunch of fucking wimps. They're fucking a bunch of sissies, bro. You want to talk all that rah-rah shit, man, when that fucking gun is in your goddamn face, you shit in your goddamn pants, man. Where's all that tough guy shit, man?
And when they locked up, they turned reservoir dogs like that dude, Young Thug in the YSL. Everybody running to the finish line to try to plead guilty and cop out. All that. And then they leaked that audio of the wife telling him you got to worry about your kids at home. But he wasn't worrying about his kids when he was killing other people. And in the streets.
And then he told her, the niggas, the gun's under the bed. Like, nigga, how they fucking know? Because the dude, Jake at work, was breaking it down for me. He said, yo, listen, when you get those calls, you have to enter in you have to log in a number. You have a log number that they say, like, let's say, all right, Shimon is calling Palau. Shimon, what's your log number? 3456, right? Now, whatever you say on the that fucking talk is being recorded, bro. So you can't say that was another dude that was calling your girl. You the only one with that log number, bro. So everything you was saying on that shit, 3, 4, 5, 6, was being recorded, bro.
You talking about the wild soul?
Yeah. They told his baby moms, and he said, "Yo, the gun's under the bed if you need it."
Wow.
Like, nigga.
Yeah,
But
you know they call that dude gonna tell.
Yeah.
Why is telling?
Yo,
everybody's mocking him.
Bro, I've never seen somebody plead guilty and get off. That's incredible, man.
Yeah, or face an attempted murder and get hit with community service. Those guys are all reservoir dogs telling on each other, man. So that's the life. That's the gang life for you. Death, jail, or turncoat shit, man.
That's it. That's why the scriptures tell you, see how the world shall be weaker through age. You know, so much more shall evil, come up on. Matter of fact, let me just read that real quick. 2nd Ezra 14, verse 17. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. Yeah. Right, man? So the world got weaker and the people got weaker, man. The minds of the people got weaker. That's why people are so easily subdued to this music. A nigga might just be sitting there listening to some drill music. Kill that op, kill that nigga. Kill that nigga. I'm about to kill this nigga, son. That's how it works, man. Yeah. Their minds are so easily manipulated, man.
Yeah.
It works just like that, man.
Yeah, that's how come, radios deal with frequencies. And you might think I'm just flipping a station, but really you're channeling different frequencies. This is how come if you listen to like 106.7 Light FM, where Esau plays, and it's not that channel is not just for Esau. Pops used to always play some great like Light FM, old school rock, old school. That has a complete different spirit than Power 105.1 on it, man. And if you just keep playing that, because that's true witchcraft, or just repetition and enchanting your mind. Now you're acting out what the enchantment's been telling you, man. Because it's playing, it's deep, man. It's like subliminal waves, and there's a lot going on with that, man. And if you're not of the elect, you're gonna fall to them demons.
Right. That's right, man. Because I turn that shit on, it sounded like fucking house music and shit. That shit on random. I was like, what the fuck is that? Yeah, music carries vibrations, man.
Yeah, that's in the scriptures.
Yep. Oh,
Samuel?
No, it was when Saul had a demon on him.
Saul,
and David. What did David play? David played the harp, man. I mean, you always cut ass on me for the saxophone and shit, but hey, to me that's like the most wonderful instrument I've ever heard, man. The saxophone, man. It calms me down. Even the harp, man. The harp. When I can't sleep, I have insomnia or something, and I can't sleep at night. I'll play. I'll turn on like the harp music, and it puts me right to bed, man. The other night I had some soothing music, bro, and I slept like a baby, man. I slept great, man. So it says, reading on, it says, therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
Yes, all of the people that perished, the scriptures tell you that they go up to the Heavenly Father and they complain, man. They say, "Yo, Lord, look at what's going on. The death of my brother or the death of me," and so them spirits go to the spiritual world and they complain to the Most High, and the Most High hearing those cries. This is how come the scriptures tell you the land cannot be cleansed of blood until you shed the blood of him that causes that bloodshed. I actually wrote again Genesis 9:6. Book of Shah, real quick, because this place is a bloody city pursuant to the book of Amos 3:1. And the problem is, you got the way the so-called white man got shit set up. Instead of taking a life of somebody that's took life unjustly, they put them in jail.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what the, that's not the balance.
A free meal, shelter, protection from other inmates.
And Lamont broke this down too. Like when they have you serve life, that's because you cover somebody else's debt. Remember, every year in jail is 30 years, and a lifetime is $1 million. So they make profit off these people. That's the whole jail system's about.
Right. They show you that even on the Shawshank Redemption. Genesis 9:6. It says, "Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man's blood, by man's blood shall his blood be shed."
Yeah, so you got serial killers that kill 30 people, and like let's say they're in the mafia or some MS-13, they could kill like 30 people, do a tell-all book, good behavior, and do 10 years and come back out. And his blood was supposed to be shed. So you had 30 people slain. Like, yo, Lord, what the fuck is, And this is the madness of the so-called white man. Here Tory Lanez, you get 23 years for shooting a woman in the foot,
which is not even attempted murder,
right? And then another dude that actually has murders on his body. If he cooperates, he gets a minimum sentence. That's corruption.
Floyd Mayweather's daughter, she stabbed NBA YoungBoy's baby mom, and she got 6 months probation.
See that?
You know what I'm saying? The system benefits the black woman, man. That's that bullshit, bro.
Scriptures tell you not to have respect for person when it comes to judgment. And a lot of things too in this society, people can get put away or locked up with one witness. One witness. Yeah, 2 or more witnesses. And interrogate them separately. This society, a woman could.
Right. Oh, in the case of Daniel, maybe I should get that. If you want, unless you want to.
I could briefly just summarize it. Pretty much. Daniel judged the matter by having one guy that said he seen some. 2 of them said something happened. Daniel put them in and interrogated them separately, and their stories didn't match up. So the Lord was like, "Oh no, y'all lying." So this is what this society should be governed by. But in this society, one witness. That's how come you had the Central Park 5 situation, where it was one woman that said them 5 kids raped her and beat her and shit, but she had no other witnesses to corroborate with it. But they got put. Then they say like 15 years, so something like that. So the real dude that did it finally came out, which took years later, man.
Which, a lot of you Jays, Trump this, Trump that. He was a spearhead of that situation to get them Jays locked up. Man.
Yeah, he said that.
He was spearhead that. He was a Dr. Fauci of that situation, man.
And they have a term now in this society called "believe all women." That's a legit thing. They say believe all women. No due process. Just believe all women. And look what happened to this dude, Johnny Depp. If Johnny Depp didn't record his situation with Amber Heard, that man would have been destroyed. He lost movie deals, everything. Come to find out, she was a lying, deceitful demon, man. And she even said it. She's like, nobody gonna believe you. They gonna believe me. Look at you. Yeah, she knew it fully well.
I forgot where it was, bro. It was a situation that happened. And I think a bitch had backed up into my car one time, right? Thank Lord I got a crash bar on it. And I'm cursing. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you could fuck my car up. She's like, basically, she said this out her mouth, but it's like, come on, just let it go. Like, we're women. Like, just let it go. And that's why the slain of the Lord is going to be way more women than men. A lot of you fucking women, man, it was Isaiah 4, it says 7 women shall cleave to one man. Yo, man, I might be that brother who's just gonna start slaying you fucking bitches, man. I'm in the spirit like, yo, listen, man, I'll have my women in the kingdom, man. Fuck all you hoes here, man.
Well, they play that woman card when it benefits them.
Yeah, when it benefits them.
When they need to get out of shit, When they need you to do something for them that they're not physically capable of doing, then it's, I'm a woman. But when they want a CEO job, then they say, well, no, we're equal. So it's whenever they just play that card whenever to benefit them, Because if it was truly about we want equal opportunities in jobs, how come they're not marching to be plumbers or construction workers or laborers, all the physically demanding shit that keeps society going? They're not fighting for that. But when it's a CEO of some big business, that's when they're gonna jump in, oh shit, now I deserve this because I'm a woman. See,
Trust me.
Bunch of hypocrisy.
Bro, I do construction, man. Nobody got it easier on a construction site than a woman.
Of course,
the foreman, especially if they look good. Because they look good, guaranteed the foreman or super's gonna be fucking them. Whether they got a husband or not, it don't matter. They're gonna be sleeping all day or they're gonna be doing paperwork. While the men are out there doing some rigorous fucking work, man.
Yep.
This shit ain't fair, man. And they getting paid the same amount of money.
Well, that's what's not fair about it, because women shouldn't really be doing all the laborious shit. But what's not fair about it is they want to get paid the same as the men that are doing the laborious shit. You have these people in the WNBA talking about they should get paid the same as LeBron. Well, nobody's watching the shit.
You bitches can't even fucking dunk.
Yeah. The reason LeBron and Kevin Durant and Kyrie and these guys get paid what they get paid because millions of people are watching it.
They could
so,
dunk.
Yeah, and it's better to watch. You get more entertainment out of it. Money's coming in. So not only not as talented, you're not getting as much money, but you demanding the same pay because you're a woman. So this is the finesse these wicked ass bitches are doing all across the board, man.
Brittany Griner, I ain't no fucking woman, bro.
Brittany Griner, yeah. It's very masculine, tall.
I just want to be. That's a nigga if I see the shot.
Nah, that's definitely not a nigga because she's 7'1" and can't dunk. So
fucking crazy.
I'm serious, brother.
I seen that bitch play. I
she can't dunk. They had her to the separate. Oh, a woman that could. You got many women in the WNBA that are over 7 foot and can't dunk. And meanwhile, you got guys in the NBA that's 5 something flying off and winning dunking contest. So right there, men and women are not equal.
Was like 5'5".
You got Nate, you got Spud.
Dunking over fucking 7 foot. Dwight Howard, man.
Men and women are equal, man.
We're not equal. We're not on the same page, man.
Yeah.
Our bone structure is bigger than yours. It's more just like a lion and a lioness.
It's common sense amongst the animal species. You know what? Look, food and water are both necessary, but they're not equal.
Right.
You see, so it's the same thing with men and women. There's certain things that the Lord created men to do that women are not supposed to be doing. But when the society tried to mix them with that androgynous bullshit, all right, this is the calamity it creates, man. Confusion.
That's right. That's exactly what happens, man. This is total fucking confusion.
A woman in the boxing ring with a man trying to prove a point.
Yo, that's
stupid, brother.
And that's what we should do now. In a fucking gender sports, man. Have a female soccer. I remember there was an old guy, older Edomite looking guy, versus it was only him versus a professional the collegiate soccer team with women, and the dude was fucking just going through them like nothing, man.
Yeah, I think they had the U.S. Women Olympic team, and they took 5 high schoolers, and they was just making them look silly.
Oh, was it basketball?
The soccer.
Soccer?
Yeah, and that was an Olympic team of women. Some high school. It was look, man. You take some high school males on any basketball team that's good, they'll blow through any WNBA team, dunking on them and shit, all type of stuff.
I'm telling you, man. Start putting these women. Have them. The Lakers versus the fucking New York Liberty team, man. The score probably be like fucking 2016.
Yeah, you know what too, man? They have changed the definition. The Cambridge has changed the definition of man and woman. So now a trans man by definition, a Cambridge is a woman.
Man, fuck Cambridge, man. Who the fuck are you, man? Man and woman been man and woman since the beginning of dawn, and since you decided, man, fuck Cambridge, man.
Yeah, you can't chop your dick off and now say, look, I can't put on a Donald Trump mask and say, look, I'm Donald Trump.
Right.
It doesn't work that way, Either you could produce sperm, or either you could carry children. It's one or the other. That's the way the Lord set it up. So for you to tell me now you identify as this and that, we have to respect it. It's complete madness. Don't you know you had that dude Then upper one day, just I started identifying as a disabled trans woman. You could walk and everything.
Bro, but there are people that are actually maiming themselves. And
I've seen that.
What they call it? Transplegia, some shit like that. They're actually maiming themselves, man. You know, just to become like handicapped, man. You know, there's people actually this world is fucking mad, bro. Let's move on, man.
The scriptures say gross darkness cover the people.
Gross darkness, man. You know, it says, and therefore, verse 9 now, and therefore, saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. So we know there's a vengeance coming, man. You know, we know that there's a vengeance coming because the Lord said it. And we trust our Father, man. You know, whatever He says surely happened or is happening as we speak. You know? So we got all love and trust for Yahweh, Bashim Yahshai. That man ain't never steered us wrong, man.
Yeah. You know, you watch The Matrix, if you watching The Matrix 3, somebody never seen it, and you're like, yo, Neo dies at the end. He's like, nah, no way. I'm like, yo, no, the movie, he dies at the end. It's just gonna happen no matter you dislike the ending or whatever, it's just gonna happen. Same thing with our reality. Because this is Most High's script. The scriptures, the script, it's everything's written. Everything's already written, set in stone. We just living out the events of this thing to play out, man.
That's right. You know, that's it, man. You ain't feeling it on or you want to?
No, that's it.
Alright, man. So, hey, man, Logan, you brothers, and you few sisters were edified. Once again, we're going to give all praises to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rachakadash.
double honor to the apostles, the elders, the great millstone. Shalom to the oath for the lack of the nation of Israel.
Shalom. Death to America.
Death to America.